Greetings, it's always a pleasure coming into your space, and today I want to talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly boss. You see, many years ago, I watched a movie by the same name, The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, featuring three kinds of characters within the movie. And in those characters, you could see the good person, you could see the ugly one, and you could see the bad person. And you see, as a team member or as a team leader leading a team of members within our team as a manager, today I want us to look at this kind of bosses. The three kind of bosses: the good, the bad, and the ugly boss. And I'm going to start with the bad boss. Now, the bad boss is one that focuses much on abuse. The bad boss can be nasty at times. The bad boss is the one who behaves like a tyrant. And you see, you cannot enjoy working with a tyrant unless you are a tyrant yourself. And therefore, when managers and supervisors and leaders within their teams behave like tyrants, now they become cruel. They are not fair. They address things in a way that is crude. And you see, when it comes to that, you see, that becomes a breeding ground for rebellion. It becomes a place where people will get to a point where they get tired of that kind of abuse. You cannot work with a tyrant for too long. A time will come when those team members will make a decision that they don't care what happens to them. They don't even care whether they are going to be sacked. They don't care whether they are going to leave the team, because your tyrancy or your tyrant nature cannot go far or cannot work for too long with people. And therefore, the bad boss focuses much on abuse. He is cruel and is not fair. The second kind of boss is the ugly boss. Now, the ugly boss is a bit different from the bad boss, because the bad boss is known for what they do. They are tyrants. They are cruel. They are not fair. But now this other boss, the ugly boss, focuses on neglect. This is the kind of boss that will hoard information. This is the kind of boss that will not give the tools that are needed for the work to be done to all the team members, but will be selective. They will keep others in the dark, and they will neglect the ones that they choose to neglect. And by so doing, they're trying to put them in control. They are trying to control them in a certain way. And that is the reason why they're not giving them what they need to do. And therefore, they slow the progress of these people. They slow the progress of some of the team members that they do not want to see grow. And you see, this kind of boss neglects other people and refuses to give them the right tools, refuses to give them the correct kind of information, and becomes selective to very few people. And this kind of boss will also have some repercussions towards the end. And these actions are going to be seen. They're going to be evident even to the other team members. But let's talk about the good boss. Now, the good boss is featured or focused on growth. The good boss is a boss who wants the team members to grow. And you see, being a good boss does not mean being soft. You can become a good boss, but at the same time, you can be firm and you can be decisive. The kind of boss that we can call a good boss is one that is compassionate and helpful. They are empathetic about their team members. And for them to do this, it doesn't mean that they are weaklings. It only means that they have brought a human face within the organization or within the team. And therefore, when we have a good boss who genuinely cares about the welfare of the team members, all the staff, by providing them a good and safe working environment, promote mutual respect between them and the team members, and of course the team members amongst themselves, and they also create an atmosphere where employees can grow or their team members can grow, and generally recognize the efforts of every individual by acknowledging the input that they have put within the work, then this person can be classified as a good boss. And so today I want you to make a decision and maybe look at yourself as a team leader. Are you the good? Are you the bad? Or are you the ugly? In that movie, the characters bring out a picture of a place where people get to and they become so selfish. They become so self-centered to a point that it destroys the relationship. And therefore, when we're working as teams, when we are working within our teams, when we are leading our teams, then it is imperative for us to know that we have a choice. You can become the good, the bad, or the ugly boss.